All right, this is part 2 of the multi-racial group of college kids talk about. I actually have to write that down because there's no way I'm going to remember that right now. Anyway.
Let's start off. Why are we called multiracial group of college kids? Because we're college kids.
Look at the title, and that should explain everything.
Yeah.
That is a TLDR.
Multiracial group of college kids, and we're talking about something.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
So
I'm just gonna introduce my race. So I'm Asian and Pacific Islander. I'm Filipino and Vietnamese. Ed.
I am half Mexican, half European mutt, which includes Irish, Scottish, German, English, that kind of stuff.
I'm Garrett. I wasn't in the last one, but I'm here now, and I am a full-on white boy.
Whiter than freshly fallen Canadian snow.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Josh, and I'm actually not from planet Earth. My descent is from Martianity. That makes any sense.
Hey, Lamau.
No, I'm actually full-on Latino boy. So yeah.
You're Mexican and Honduran, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, so we got that out of the way. We're gonna let Austin introduce himself like halfway through the podcast or whenever he finishes his work.
He's gonna be that late guy. He's gonna be that late guy in the podcast who like, hey, we're waiting for that late guy still, and then he shows up. We're gonna be like, hey, dude, you're late, and he's gonna be like, hey, sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Anyway, So the last thing we were talking about was I think it was just either airsoft loadouts or how would you describe yourself as a prepper?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember which one.
The last thing we were talking about was airsoft, but honestly, I wanted to talk about like prepping. Like Ed, if some shit like if LA riots happen, like hypothetically, like what would be like? Would you dress a certain way, or would you just fucking like whatever?
Okay, you're gonna have to go into more context because I live nowhere near LA.
Okay, so you know about the LA riots, right? Like,
yes.
Just
I also know about the rooftop Asians.
Okay, so imagine it's the Fontana riot, like the San Bernardino riot, but but it's like I don't know, it's rooftop Mexicans.
Simple. I just dress up as a stereotypical Mexican. I'll get my poncho, my sombrero, and just go up there and say, "Hey, it's Modelo time," and I'm gonna fit right in. They'll give me a rifle and say, "Okay,
So
okay."
you're
SA,
gonna carry a
just
lever action rifle with a poncho. You're gonna shave your beard off, have just a mustache, have a poncho, just like with a lever action Winchester.
Yeah, and I'll say, "Hey, it's Modelo time." I'll carry a 6-pack of Modelos with me. I'm good.
Ed could. He looks more Mexican than I do.
Yeah, I'm like I look Mexican when I want to. I also look white when I want to. It's a gift and a curse at the same time.
Okay, but like on a serious level, like if you did have not bug out, but if you had to throw on like some Minuteman shit, just because like oh shit, people are coming, we need to protect our house. What like with the shit that you have right now, hypothetically, what would you throw on?
Probably wear my combat pants. The black ones that has the little tie-in at the cuffs.
The gray ones.
Yeah, the black ones.
They're gray.
No, they're black.
They're charcoal.
Yeah, charcoal black, not charcoal gray.
Charcoal gray. Charcoal gray.
It's charcoal black.
Okay, let's agree to disagree. Anyways.
Okay, it's charcoal. How's that? Okay, it's charcoal.
It's the same color. It's all the same colors.
Anyways.
All right. So I wear those pants just because they're really mobile and they're water resistant. Just because a lot of times what people don't realize is that you're not just dressing to prepare for like an attack. You're also dressing to prepare yourself for an environment. So like.
Yeah.
So like I'd much rather have these things that are slightly water resistant, just like in case I get wet or whatever, it doesn't really affect me that much. I would also wear just like my hoodie. Not necessarily a hoodie, but just like a sweater that has a zipper on it. And just some really comfortable running shoes or boots.
No vest.
Honestly, I don't have a vest. You said with what I have right now. Well,
yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Anything you have in your house.
Dude, I don't have a vest. I have my airsoft vest, but that's not gonna do anything.
No, I mean like it's load bearing. I mean you carry some shit. You can
Oh,
carry ammo.
okay. Well, then yeah, I'll wear that. I'll also wear my 3-day pack with my trauma kit attached to it.
I wouldn't. Okay, good.
You know, I'll also, and if I need to bring anything, I'll just bring like the collection of blades and knives and hatchets I have, and just say, hey, you know, I'm skilled in these to a really far degree. Hopefully, I don't have to use them, but you know, if I do, hey, guess what? I could either use a machete, I could use this hatchet, I could use one of the 5 knives I own. You know, each one has its own unique purpose.
Yeah.
And my headset just died.
Mm-hmm.
Go on. Someone else talk. I can't hear you guys.
Josh, would you set up, or would you kind of just like, fuck? I mean,
So like the first one, I would just say fuck it and lock my door. Just primarily like worst comes to worst, I don't want to get involved with that. That like you know that's my thing. I don't want to get involved in anything violent. You know, just kind of keep the peace, keep it between me and you know whatever's going on. But if it did come down to it, where I did have to per se like fight back, maybe go out, get some supplies, and I were to have a loadout, it'd just be things just for my house, correct?
Things that you own at the moment.
I own at the moment. Oh, okay, for sure. So already off of that, probably my backpack that I usually take with me. You remember my my khaki backpack, right?
No.
Let me see.
Like a JanSport?
It's not a JanSport. It's I forgot the brand of it, but I've taken a couple things with me to airsoft to hold a couple things. So I usually hold like BBs in there.
Oh, like the 511 one, or whatever.
Yes. Yeah, like those ones. So first of all, I'll probably take that with me, just so I can carry stuff on me. And then the pocket knife actually Ed recently gave to me.
Oh.
My multi-tool most likely.
Okay.
And then of course a couple rope that I have on me. Other than that, I'll probably wear maybe one of the BDU pants I own.
Yeah.
And then just some like just general boots, like you know those black boots I have.
Yes.
Definitely wear those out because you don't know, what the hell's on the ground, you know, what's outside.
Yeah. You stomp a dude out.
Exactly. And just wear like a windbreaker or something over it. I don't know. Just kind of like the general things of what I would wear to like in an emergency type situation like that.
Yeah. Did you know that BDUs are water resistant and fire resistant?
I only have water resistance as of right now. As far as BDUs go, I do have a couple BDUs, but a good like maybe 2/3 of it, like the jackets and stuff, are in San Jose because I don't use those for survival things. Yeah, I use those for for high quality fashion and everyday wear. So that's besides the point. Like if I already definitely do survival, I'd probably go with like some of my like Eddie Bauer windbreakers because those are really good quality. Like if I ever do like per se like a Muslim West type of game or any sort of realistic airsoft game like that, I definitely would want to bring those out.
Okay, sick.
What about you?
With me?
Yeah. What would you do? What would you bring out?
Well, okay, so it depends on the situation. If I'm going out and I'm bugging out and I need to blend in and not stick out, it's going to be different. But if I'm going to be home and it doesn't fucking matter what I have, it just matters about the load bearing. I would have these minimalist boots, slim like stretch 511 pants, a true spec combat shirt. I would wear my battle belt because I have like I got a lot of like taco pouches on there, so if I want to use a different gun, I can. Like I'm not stuck to one gun. I have some medic stuff there. I have a dump pouch on there. I could throw shit in there. I got zip ties. I've got pepper spray on there. I've got a knife on there. So it's for me, I've set it up for survival. I can use it for airsoft or shooting if I want to, but it's mostly for survival shit.
I see for sure.
Yeah, my cookery. I honestly, I know I don't have any actual body armor in my plate carrier, but I have a foam plate in there that I've moshed with several times, and honestly, once you like take an elbow with with that foam padding, it's like, oh, that's actually not bad. Like I would rather get into a fight with that thing on than not have it probably. I might wear that. And then like I don't know, like a beanie or something. Probably some kind of eye protection. I don't know what. But like my look, my dad's pro Second Amendment, so I have like access to guns if I have to.
Yes.
But that, yeah.
Oh, I see, for sure.
Yeah.
Then you probably included something I forgot myself, which is just a beanie. Beanie's pretty essential. But that's besides the point. I mean, that's pretty good, dude. I mean, what if, like, that's like if you're going to go out, right? That's if you were going to go out. That's like that would be your loadout if you were to go out.
No. This is like I'm staying home and I'm protecting my house and I'm fucking sniping people if they like come at me.
Oh man, yeah. Oh, alright.
You just play against friend and foe.
If you guys come here, you guys know I'm just gonna PUBG you. I'm just gonna blast your wheels. And, no, but this is like not going out because it's way too high key. I think.
Yeah.
This is like stay at home and like barricade myself and shit.
I see. So you would maybe try to like blend in a little bit more with the environment around you, or maybe the people.
Yeah, I would be wearing like normal looking shit and like concealed carrying type shit.
Oh, I see, for sure.
That'd be a different situation.
Oh, okay, for sure. Man, I can't imagine if like San Bernardino or Fontana broke out and riot. I'd probably just bunker back down in San Jose.
I mean, in Fontana, there's a lower population. I feel like.
Yeah, but you see, the population in Fontana is rugged. Like it's a mix. It's a nice mixture of cholos and like gangsters and stuff like that. Whereas in San Jose, though, like you could probably hold up any store in the city with a gluten bagel.
Yeah, that's
why I actually like to argue against that. It's pretty scary, dude.
There's some sketch in San Jose, but I think
sketch everywhere though. It's not just in San Jose.
Yeah,
that's true.
No, but I know what you mean, Ed. Like San Bernardino's like I think the most fucked county next to LA in California, maybe even in the country.
Yeah,
that's debatable, but you know, it's top 10.
Me, there's Chicago, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I would definitely argue Chicago or Detroit over San Jose any day.
Yeah,
me too. Actually,
I think even like New York, even though it's not like a huge crime city, but still like that would absolutely beat out San Jose.
Yeah.
What about you, Garrett? Would you have a medical setup?
Well, the thing is, it's like I'm not so much of like a gear guy in that sense. And I wouldn't, to be honest, like I wouldn't be like, oh shoot, the world's going down. Like, let me throw on my combat boots. Like, I'm just not that kind of person, you know?
Sure.
It's like, it would really just be whatever I had at that moment, which currently is not that much.
Sure.
I think it, like you said, it kind of depends on what the task is.
Yeah.
If I'm just staying at home, like I could be like in really anything, but it would just be mostly having stuff staged around the house for.
So, like the hypothetical scenario is like you're watching the news, and it's like the news is saying downtown there's a riot, people are looting, people are like fucking trying to kill people just because, and they're rioting, and now they're starting to spread more towards the urban areas, and they're coming to your place. You have like an hour to get ready.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, like obviously not leaving the house, you know.
Yeah.
It's like hopefully I'm already kind of bugged down, just like ready for that already. But it would just be, like I said, just mostly staging stuff around the house, and like currently right now not having like firearms, it's more difficult to defend. But just making sure like stuff is fortified, like making sure like sliding glass doors and stuff like that are barricaded in, and just keeping on watch, that kind of stuff. But just having like so to me it's like all I got is like OC spray and some like baseball bats. So
hey, that's better than nothing. I'm sure you can make like Molotovs if you wanted to.
It's OC spray.
I said OC spray. It's like pepper spray. So, like, all I got is, I got my ocean spray deodorant. No, but just having...
Hey, you can make a weapon out of that too. Just get a lighter, right?
Yeah,
honestly.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
Short range flamethrower, man.
But then it's like, do I want to set my house on fire?
Well, simple. Just aim properly.
That is definitely not worth the risk, but I don't know.
Hey, it's either you burn this guy in the face to where you have a fighting chance, or he's just gonna bash you in the head. Like, I don't care. Like, if there's a chance I'll survive, I'm gonna take it. I don't care if there's collateral damage at that point.
Let me tell you guys a story. So I have family who live on the road where the LA riots happened, right?
Uh-huh.
My family that lives on that road, they've been into guns like since they were young. So they have guns that are now considered illegal, but it's legal for them to have. So they have like 70s era like M16s and like you know what I mean? Like they have like the quick detach magazine. They have automatics, which is something you never see civilians have nowadays unless you were in it years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he has his property set up where you can't get into his backyard or the side of his house. You can only get into the front because he has such high brick walls, or you're getting into the neighbors first. And there's an apartment complex behind him. And then in front, he's just got this really tall fence that you get fucked up in if you try to climb. And he's got a really tall, like 2 or 3 story house. So when the LA riots happened, he just stood on his roof with his rifles. He didn't have to take a shot. People were just fucking off because they saw he had a rifle.
Yeah.
So my point is, I mean, you got some airsoft guns. I mean, maybe you could pull off the same stunt. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I did kind of make my the Glock. I've kind of made my Glock kind of look like a real steel, for that kind of purpose of just hey, if somebody pulls up on me, pulls up in the house, I at least can grab it and no, but I can at least pull it up and have something that resembles a firearm and at least do me something better than nothing.
It's a good option to have. I mean, it's better than nothing.
I mean, if somebody comes into my house with another a gun, I'm not gonna pull out my fake gun because obviously I can't really defend myself there. But yeah, I mean, just throw some black tape over the, or just grab some black spray paint, hit the hit the orange tip on a rifle, and nobody's gonna tell the difference from a distance, and it would be kind of the same thing. But for me, I'm thinking it's in that scenario, it would be more for me securing the house,
of course,
because for me it's I don't have that kind of luxury of a big unenterable backyard. I have a fence that's not locked, and I shouldn't say all this on the podcast, but a fence that you can get through, but and then a sliding glass door that could easily be busted out, or so it'd be trying to make sure that's barricaded, and sticking a couch over top of it so they can't get into it, and that kind of stuff, and then just making sure I'm guarding the front entrance with some sort of weapon throughout the entirety of it, because I think leaving the house in that situation, unless it's absolutely necessary that you bug out, is really stupid.
Yeah. And I feel
not hey, let me put on my loadout real quick. I don't really have time for that,
Of course. I mean, practically, we should all be doing that, right? But I was just talking about the loadout specifically. But of course, a plan is a whole something. It's a whole different topic that, of course, you should.
If we were let's just say hypothetically the 4 or 5 of us that Austin never comes on, that we just say, hey, guess what? We have a safe house out in an area that's maybe 20 minutes away from all of us that we can all get to relatively easily by foot. The thing is that meet up there and then whatnot, then yes, in the case, maybe getting a loadout would be beneficial to you because you have to make that trek. And now the question is, what do you bring with you?
You know what? This is one more thing I forgot to add. I'm sorry. But I would definitely want to wear a balaclava because I don't want people to my goddamn face.
True.
Anyways, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I'm not going to repeat all that. Did someone else say that? I'm just kidding.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so imagine hypothetically that there's we all have a safe house set up, that's big enough, for at least 5 families.
Yeah.
And we all know where it is, and it's just within running distance, with 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, running on foot. You don't need to bring your car. What do you bring then? How would you dress to get there, and what would you bring?
Probably the same deal, but I would drive regardless.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say about the same.
I mean, it would be you would drive until you can't anymore. I think to have the security of your vehicle would be smart in that situation. But yeah, again, it's like I'm definitely not like I understand like the conversation of being just like, oh, what's your loadout? But I think it would be kind of really stupid just be like, hey guys, give me 2 seconds, I gotta go change into my like.
I gotta.
It would just really be like, okay, let me grab this bag and stuff it full of these things and just get out with what I'm like currently wearing.
I get what you mean.
Oh yeah, that's different.
I have tools on you.
Wait, what?
I said I get what you mean, but it's very important to have tools on you, which is the main point of having a load bearing. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
me personally, I'm not saying wear like a big fucking vest and like a helmet and shit. You don't have to, but I'm saying like for me, I have a battle belt. I just clip it on. It's 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
I probably would, like, if I had the time, right? Because I think my first thing would be like, okay, let me dump out a backpack real quick, fill it up with stuff I'm gonna need for this trip, which is really like, you know, what you're saying with like tools and stuff, but mostly like if we're going to like a safe house, just grabbing like, you know, essentials like living stuff, just, you know, food, water, that stuff, throwing it in there, and then it would like probably be okay, you know, I have a vest, like a plate carrier, even though it's not real sappy plates, but I don't think somebody's gonna come up and mess with you if you're wearing what appears to be sappy plates, you know. Just throw that on and run out and go with it. That kind of thing. Same thing, kind of like carrying what appears to be firearms. Nobody's gonna mess with you, you know.
The thing with my brother, my bad. Are you still going?
No, I'm good.
Okay. The thing with my brother, he dresses ready every day, so he never really has to change what he wears if he had to like bug the fuck out or if he like some shit happened, he had to protect himself. He kind of always dresses a certain way. Because we've been talking about shit like hey, if we had like hypothetically, if we had to like bug the fuck out, what would you wear? He's like same shit.
Yeah. I mean, if you had the time to be like, okay, I'm gonna like prepare in this way, and I need this specific gear. Like, I feel like you're going on like a specific task, but if it's like we need to get out of this area like immediately, I don't think you're gonna be taking the time for that stuff. You know?
Of course. Yeah, I get what you mean. Like I said, it's a specific hypothetical situation.
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to like discount it. I'm just saying that like, yeah, for me, it's like, okay, you know.
Yeah, it's all very situational. Like, I mean, like for instance, if we were gonna stay at home, then odds are like, who cares about the bug out bag? You know, like everything I have is already here. But like if I'm like, for instance, say that we have a safe house, then yes, a bug out bag. We have about, let's say, 20 minutes to pack up everything that we need. What is the first thing I'm shoving into the biggest bag I can find? You know,
food and water for sure.
Food, water, and means to obtain more food and water.
Yeah, so what he's saying, like tools and stuff, like making sure you have like, you know, like a knife and that kind of stuff on you to, you know, be prepared for that kind of situation. But definitely more like
knives too,
what's going into the bag, you know.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep your tools on you like outside, so.
Of course. Yeah.
I love how we were saying tools. It's totally active self-protection term right there.
Make sure to have your tools on you. Make sure to have your force multiplier so that when some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a really big tool. It's it has a particular channel that allows liquids to.
Its name is Ed.
Hi guys.
Oh, my little brother just walked in the room.
Hello.
We're busy.
Oh, what's up, Jaden?
Ed, you're such a jerk. We're busy. We're talking about the end of the world.
You guys want to play Roblox later?
This is staying in the podcast. I don't care what any of you guys say.
Let's do it. Let's play Roblox.
Later.
Later.
Yeah, right now we're doing the podcast until around probably. You guys know that one meme song? Yeah, that's the one he's been singing every day.
Of course I know that song.
Yeah. Honestly though, if I was doing if I had to bug out or if I had to go into town and suddenly there was a riot downtown, right where the grocery store is, I would honestly just be wearing my everyday jeans, my everyday boots, my everyday jacket, but I would be packing.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah.
With not a rifle, obviously, as big of an.
your folding machete that you happen to carry around with you.
Obviously, I would have that in, and then I'd have like a pistol under my belt.
I mean, honestly, I think that like if you could carry a rifle, like I think in that kind of sense, it's like if everything's going kind of like it's all hitting fan and like people are kind of going crazy and you need to bug out, like I'm carrying the biggest thing I got, you know. And it's like if the biggest thing I got is a baseball bat, cool. If the biggest thing I got is a rifle or a shotgun, that's what's happening.
Yep.
So okay, so now question: say that you don't, like we're all more than familiar with firearms at one point or another, you know. But what about other means to take down this enemies? Like for instance, like I've actually already ordered a bow and arrow, you know, like a something that has 50 pounds draw weight. Now that's more than capable of, you know, doing some severe damage at a distance, if you know what I'm saying. Now, question is though, is that a lot of people know how to use it. So like, what other like weapons or tools would you be able to use to defend yourself?
Honestly, I would be going low key. Like I get the whole like maybe you want to carry the biggest thing so people fuck off, but maybe I just want to blend in so I don't attract attention. You know what I mean?
Honestly, anything around you. That's what I would have. That's what I would say.
I think it really depends on the situation, though, John. I think that like blending in, maybe. And I think in like maybe like a riot situation, like might be a smart thing. But I think if people are just kind of going around and like trying to loot and like, you know, raid around for things, like I think that you're gonna be wanting to protect yourself as much as possible, and people are gonna leave you alone if you're like, you know, if you're not exactly like, you know, looking like this usually civilian. If you're walking around with a shotgun on your around your neck, then nobody's gonna mess with you.
If you walk around with a big iron on your hip, no one's gonna mess with you.
Or someone might have a group of people like, hey, get the guy's gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I think those same people are gonna come after you regardless, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
But no one's gonna go after the guy and says, "Hey, get that guy's bow," you know?
Yeah.
Thing though, I don't know about a bow in that.
Yeah.
Vibe,
You should invent the world's first handheld bow, so that like you could fit it in your pocket, but like
it shoots glorified
like a mini.
It shoots shish kebab scores. That's what it does.
The world's first concealed carry bow for those who like can't pass background checks.
Oh, like a mini crossbow.
No, like a recurve bow.
Oh my god! It shoots shish kebab skewers.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello.
Oh, there we go. It said Josh got muted for a second.
Yeah, I just had to clear my throat really quick. I'm sorry.
It's not okay. Josh.
No, like it's inexcusable.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Dang, I'm really sorry, guys. I apologize.
I'm sorry, man, but
my mistake.
I have to do this to you.
Look at the picture.
Goodbye.
It's been dropped. You got kicked. That's what you do when you mute your mic.
He didn't get kicked. I just disconnected him.
Well,
No hesitation.
Did you guys miss me?
Yeah, I did.
Ed, would you do it again?
Practice.
I would. Here.
Shrek, big nips. Oh,
How about big nips?
sad.
It is a very sad day in history.
Wow.
You now have a big sad.
No, the big F in the chat. Ooh, who's that?
are you playing it?
Send it.
Oh, yeah.
My gosh. Maybe you should take that with you during the apocalypse.
Wait. One shift. Okay.
Okay. Alright, that's my musical minute. Even though it lasted for about 10 seconds.
That's considered a minute.
Alright, so, let's see.
Next topic, boys.
You remember that video you sent me, Garrett?
The one today?
Yeah. I wasn't sure at first who the jujitsu guy was. The big guy pulled guard, but it was a shitty guard. And then the first guy did like the small guy did a double leg.
Send me the link. I could do this. Send me the link.
Okay.
No, I think that, like, you know, it was out of Russia. So the guys in the comments were talking about. So basically, for, you know, since we're on the podcast, basically these guys get in an altercation in a gas station, pushing and shoving, and then they get on the ground, and then it's a guard into this whole scuffle, and, you know, now, you know, guy gets him in a like rear naked choke, which is like choking him from behind, and just totally puts the guy to sleep. But,
4 seconds.
You know, yeah, but I think people were talking about how it's like, because it's in Russia and the specific part of Russia that they're in, like all those guys are really like so in pride, you know. Well, there's a lot of like young guys that do like MMA and stuff there, so it was more of just like aggressiveness, but you could tell that he had some sort of skill in what he was doing to be able to like totally lock up on this guy.
Yeah.
Even though it was like an ego fight and stupid, but
yeah, I hear there are some pretty crazy martial artists coming from Russia.
Yeah.
Like, especially wrestlers. You know Sambo, right? It's a Russian form of wrestling. I hear it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this crazy thing about fighting on the streets nowadays. I hear from a lot of people is that a lot of people know how to fight more now than they did in the past couple decades, because, like, for example, like UFC is so popular, where like everyone I know our age, like, if they didn't take a martial art as a kid, they're probably taking one now. Like, I know a lot of people who, I would say almost everybody I know our age, at the very least, like, their mom took them to karate class when they were like 12 and it stuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They at least have some sort of knowledge of like body control and what they know would work in a fight and whatnot.
Yeah. When you teach a kid that stuff, I feel like they don't forget it. Yeah. Josh, what did you take as a kid, Josh? Hapkido?
I took Taekwondo and Hapkido as a kid.
How was Hapkido?
I mean, what are we talking in terms of in comparison to like other styles, or just like overall from like my own experience?
Yeah, your own experience, and then we could talk about the style after.
I mean, like, I definitely think, like, I enjoyed my experience at Hapkido. I enjoyed learning, and I think there's a lot of useful things that you take out of it, as you mentioned. I mean, like, a lot of moms, or, you know, whatever, they enroll their kids in, you know, karate at, you know, the ages 12 to 13, whatever. And, you know, a lot of that stuff sticks with them. I mean, a lot of stuff I still remember from, you know, my Hapkido days that will definitely come in use when, you know, when the time comes or when I need it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I love it. And I think probably either next semester or when my schedule becomes a little bit more free, I'm thinking about taking some more self-defense classes, maybe.
Hapkido was like grappling, right?
Hapkido, no, it's standing. There's almost no groundwork, at least from what I remember. It's all standing.
So, but it wasn't striking, right?
It was. I'm trying to think.
Or was
no, a lot of it was just a lot of counters. There was really no strikes involved.
Was it like takedown type stuff? Because I've seen a little bit of like Hapkido. It looks like Aikido.
Yeah. So from what I remember, it was a lot of counters to like different stuff. So like there was a counter for a punch, there's a counter for a kick, and there's a way to bring down people, whether it's by the sweep of the leg or maybe tossing over your back. And then we occasionally did some strikes too, but it mainly involved kicks, from what I remembered.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like if it's a little, I guess,
vague,
out of line with like, I guess its actual source, because it's been so long since I've taken Hapkido.
Dude, you're fine. Anything is better than nothing, because I actually don't know much about Hapkido except seeing. I know Taekwondo is actually kind of decent, Do you remember how to do a spinning kick or what?
Kind of. I think I definitely remember how to do. Or I remember a roundhouse. No, the roundhouse kick. I think there was a spinning roundhouse too. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
But those were typically the types of strikes we learned when I was in Hapkido. And then as far as Taekwondo goes, I was only 5 years old, dude. I don't remember.
I feel it. Justin, we're talking about martial arts as a kid. Hey, Justin, do you remember that karate class we took as kids? The doo-doo one?
A one full of horse shit, yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you guys, but I took a McDojo when I was a kid.
A McDojo? Is that like
Yeah.
the McDonald's of dojos?
It's like the shit here, like fake martial arts, like no touch shit.
Oh,
Like
so
a
Aikido.
Oh hell no. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
worse than
no.
Aikido. I remember when Justin and I were standing in line, like some military-esque line. The sensei was like some 20s, late 20s-year-old, like skinny Mexican dude with like a ponytail, and he was so serious. Like we were standing in the line, he was like, "You must stand straight, and you must." What did he say? He was like, "Don't look at me. Don't let me catch you looking at me. I have the eye of the dragon." And he was just like mad dogging every single one of us. We're like 9 years old.
One less kids.
It was so absurd. Yeah, this dude would teach us some techniques that, yeah, I remember him saying you could take on 4 people with this technique. But I'm like, I don't remember. I was like, what, 6?
Yeah, the 6-year-old's gonna take on 4 people. And
Adult people, by the way. Adult people.
John,
You can
please
take on
explain
4 adult
explain to
people.
us in as much detail as you
Wait,
can what
do you
that
remember-
technique involved.
You remember Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, the intro? When it'd be like,
Yes.
attack multiple people. And like,
Oh my god.
it was
Yes.
like that, dude. Like,
Dude, I can imagine 9-year-old you taking on 4 people
and then,
like
like
that.
hit the one time to the face, and then you like do it like straight or back or left or right. It was, I swear to God, you probably got it from Shaolin Monks because that's exactly what it was.
Hold on, I got to do some research real quick.
Oh my god. Dude, I forgot about that. But like, keep going. I want to hear this karate story now.
Pretty close.
Take it out.
As close as I want.
John,
Yes.
you're probably around 7.
Why do you say that?
Because Shaolin Monks came out September 16th, 2015. I mean, no,
Oh, man.
2005. 2005.
2015. I was about to.
Probably. It was like
Actually-
super absurd.
Actually, no, you might have been 6, like right before you turned 7.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I see for sure.
I just remember my mom did like a recording of me in like with a VHS camera. It was like considered like a really good VHS camera back in the day. And the video is just of me doing these really half-assed jumping jacks. Like I would jump and my arms would be waving like 5 waves like every 5 seconds. Or, well, a wave a second, but I would be jumping like repeatedly. It was like the most retarded jumping jack ever, and my family still makes fun of me for it.
But you probably thought that you were being like a total like badass, you know? Like you probably thought that you were being like so slick.
I have no idea, dude.
John, just out of curiosity, can you do a normal jumping jack now?
Yeah. Every time I do a correct jumping jack, my family still like laughs at me.
I think that video and also the we need that video and a new jumping jack for comparison, just for
Okay.
science.
Okay. I actually.
Oh man,
find it
that's
They're talking about. You remember my retarded jumping jacks I did as a kid?
You remember?
Everyone makes fun of me. I gotta ask my parents.
All right. So while John
I'ma just use
is
this-
reliving some old family memories,
Kind of fun to make shit ass dojo.
yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna use this against Jonathan every time I see.
You can't do that
You know,
completely.
the funny thing is that you know, like John gets shit from his family about the way he does things, but I remember getting shit from you guys about my particular stance and one particular photo that Glaze Sports hosted at Coda Red.
Which one are you talking about?
Wait, was this the like
Find
the
it,
cigar in the mouth?
Wait, what?
Was this the
Find it,
spoon in the mouth thing?
No.
I don't remember.
Ed, can you find
Which
it
one?
if possible?
I'm gonna
They-
look right
They
now.
posted it on Facebook. I remember that.
What?
Oh, okay, it was on Facebook.
Send it to the chat.
Yeah, I will. I also remember because like I was going through like I was kind of like half in between like transitioning my footwork and waving to the camera, so it looked like hey, I just don't know how to stand properly, and I gotten so much flack from you guys.
I think I know which photo you're talking about.
I don't remember this at all, but
I
now that
think.
you've brought it up, I must see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't remember this photo at all. Glaze Sports. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about martial arts still, right?
Yeah. I'll once I find the photo, I'll post it. But
Yeah, but Garrett and Ed's martial arts experience as a kid was way more legit than, right?
I don't know about way more legit.
Really?
You know, I probably like I've lost a lot of it, but it's more just like I think once you have like a basic understanding of martial arts, because I think every martial arts, like maybe like I don't know, at least like because you know I did karate, so there's a lot of like different elements to that, and they teach a little bit of standing, well like mostly standing, but mostly self-defense standing. But then there is some on the ground too, so it's like if I go against you, John, or where you're full jujitsu, like all on the ground fighting. Okay. I have an idea and I can like articulate what I need to do because I at least know the basis, you know.
Yeah.
But
it's interesting.
I'm an expert.
Yeah, no, I get you. I was like super interested and intrigued when I saw that your karate grappling was really recognizable to me. Like it was very familiar to me. Like you know what I mean? Whereas when I grapple with someone like Anthony who kind of makes up his grappling, I like, what the fuck is he doing? I like have no idea what the fuck he's doing. And I low-key refuse to grapple with him because of that. I don't know if you know, Josh, when we were grappling in Big Bear, it got kind of intense. Anthony did some takedowns, man, and I just backed up, I gotta say.
Oh yeah, I think you told me the last time I was here around December, I think.
Yeah.
He's kind of a bigger, more muscular kind of guy, so I think anything you're standing him down is going to be kind of scary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm so excited to grapple with you guys again, though.
I don't know how long ago this event was. I just remember that you guys give me so much flack for it.
I don't remember it at all.
Honestly, Garrett, I don't think you were there.
Probably not.
Did you send it in like the chat?
Dude, I'm trying to find that photo, man.
Me too.
I feel like I remember Garrett giving you shit about some Facebook shit, though.
Oh, he's giving me shit about a lot of Facebook stuff. That's really hard to narrow down at this point.
I'm just the king of making Ed feel horrible about himself, but we love each other though.
Yeah,
it's like I keep saying it's a love-hate relationship. At this point, it's a hate relationship.
It's a hate.
Yeah.
Hey, two negatives make a positive. So that means you guys love each other.
Ed, are you still looking for something?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Problem is, we just don't have an enemy yet, but we'll find it eventually.
Yeah.
Who's the enemy now?
You actually picked up a lot of decent shit from your karate class. Like, my karate class was garbage. I don't remember a single thing because I had nothing to learn.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that I'm just more of like I feel like when you have the mindset of like somebody that is like a self-defender, I think that you just kind of learn stuff on your own, but you just kind of like run through scenarios in your head of what would happen,
Yeah.
But
I mean, you also have like real life experience too. I have very little.
I mean, I barely, but enough to be like, okay, I can hold my ground.
Yeah,
but,
Yeah, I get that. I mean, like, for instance, like, even though it's been years since I've practiced any kind of martial arts, but I still remember a decent amount, and, like, most of my fighting style, like, if you notice, like, it wasn't really formatted any particular way. It was just, like, whatever worked at that moment. Like, I never really learned ground game at all. I just used it work, and half the time it did, half it didn't.
Yeah, you just...
Your thing is just, okay, I'm just gonna use my weight against you, and just completely strong arm, and, do that.
But that's your advantage. It's good that you use that,
Yeah. But like the thing is that was just me using my weights though. Like I actually know how to use. I know how to be a little bit more agile than normal.
Yeah. Well, I gotta say that was a fun challenge. Like that was like pure technique versus pure like advantage. You know what I mean? You versus me.
Yeah, and I still managed to win.
Not every time.
Actually, yeah, I tapped you out the first time. You tapped me out the second time. And we just
And then
we just kind of stalemated the third.
Yeah, we kept. I think we draw twice after that, and I think you got me again. I don't remember.
I got you pinned against the I just went from like the stereotypical like on top of you choke with my bare hands, and that got you to tap out.
Show.
Yeah, I remember, Ed. I remember. I want to see. I want that to happen again, just to see how I would react, because I found a couple ways to like how to react to that, and I kind of just want to test it.
Well, dude, I'm not gonna do the exact same technique now that you told me. Like, okay, so I remember one thing. Like, so when I was studying martial arts, I got, you know, it was obvious that I wasn't really meant to be in like the standard class where we just practice the same moveset, you know, 5-6 times and then try to go from there. Like, it was just like I knew how to do the movesets, you know. So I decided to go to the adult classes, which we actually did more contact. Granted, there's some times where like I get really messed up, where like I could not continue at all and whatnot, and it's just But anyway, I remember one time like the sensei, like I said, okay, well, I mean, what if he does this? Okay, well then try that, and it was like, well, I could try it, but now you're expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like, you could get out of it, but the thing is that, like, it would, like, that you taught us how to deal with this one particular, like, what-if scenario. What if this guy doesn't do that what-if scenario?
Yeah, that's the problem with some martial arts in general, is there's so much trust in the teacher because you don't know what you're doing, obviously. He's just going to teach you what to teach you.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fake martial arts because of that. It's kind of, you know what I mean, like the McDojo videos we saw where they obviously roll with the takedowns, but it's a shitty takedown. You know what I mean? Yeah. They just do it because that's the teacher and that's what he says to do.
Yeah. Kind of like that key displacement technique where it doesn't really do anything, but like as long as you quote unquote believe that it works, it will work.
Oh man, I finally found the photo.
Okay, Josh, I posted. Everyone can...
Hey, who's making JoJo noises?
Jaden, he just stepped in again.
Josh, have you watched Your Adventure?
I love JoJo's.
Yeah.
Justin, you love JoJo's?
I watched all, like, through part 5. I'm waiting on part 6, dude.
Dude, I'm currently watching part 5 right now.
Bruh. How do you feel about it?
Do you know the Joe Stars?
Did you post that photo or?
Oh yes. Give me 1 second.
Post in the group chat, man.
Let me see. How am I gonna do this? Actually, how am I gonna do this? Because I don't have Discord on my phone.
RA.
I'll tell you
Give
what.
me 1 second.
Screenshot it and send it to me via text, and I'll post it because I have Discord on my phone.
Oh, okay, that works.
Yeah.
That completely works.
All right.
What?
Wait, do you want the one of you waving, or do you want the actual action shot?
I guess both.
All right, for sure. Give me 1 second.
Hey Garrett, is work still making you come in, like with the virus and all that?
Nope. Sort of. So at the hockey team, their season's basically canceled at this point. It's just they keep calling it suspended, but they're not gonna bring it back, right? So but at least they're paying me for the time that I would have been scheduled, which is cool. So it's one less thing I have to worry about. And then at church we're doing some online stuff, so we're doing everything like worship, so like recording worship. So we're coming in and doing that stuff. I haven't really been on that much because they're kind of like using they'll be like doing one sorry, I'm trying to put my words together here.
I know
they'll record one like worship service and then use it for like 3 different things. So they've kind of cut down on that, but you know, so we're getting there. But no,
and you look so skinny.
So I haven't left my house in a while.
I feel
yeah, it's the knock knees that we were making fun of you at. So yeah, he's He's transitioning his footwork, but his knees are all together, and so it's a whole thing.
I think it's just a picture angle, honestly.
Yeah,
Probably.
he's kind of leaning out, and it might be the shadows that are helping out with that. Sorry.
Oh, that too.
Right now. You can't hear that. But yeah, I think it's just shadows in the way he's standing. But he kind of looks like a scrub, but it's fine. Josh, when was that from?
That was from a Glaze Sports game we played back.
I know, but when?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted by Jaden. Anyway, what was the question?
When was that?
Oh, when? I would have to say. Damn, that's a good question. I would have to say maybe 2016 or 2017. I think 2017. Was it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've changed my pants at least for a couple years. So 2017 sounds about right.
Okay, yeah, I think 2017. Let me see if I still have my Facebook still open.
2017 because I was rocking like black cargo pants that day.
Okay. Oh wait, it was March 26, 2016, the exact date.
2016? Yeah, I was still rocking.
2016.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. So yeah, that's when this game / photo happened.
Yeah, and then March 17th, 2016 is whenever I got a whole bunch of flack from you guys.
I don't remember that. I don't remember.
Oh no, not you, Josh. Garrett, Fabricio, I think Chris at the time.
I'm sure that it was Febreze making that a whole thing.
Oh, it was Fabrice starting it, but you jumped on the bandwagon, so you're just as guilty.
It's a funny picture, man.
I'm not
Hey,
saying,
you made fun of me for 90 degrees for the longest time, so hey.
Garrett.
Huh?
Alright, fine. I'll let you have that.
You still make fun of me.
Yeah. Because you made it such a big deal. I didn't, and you guys did.
Hey man, you gotta extend out at 90 degrees.
Do I need to watch my image too?
Yes, you do, sir. You do need to watch it.
Oh my god.
Man, that's cutting deep, Ed. Dang. Those are fighting words. Keep in mind, I know where you live. I'm gonna say your address right now on stream. Is that how this goes?
You just hear Garrett's front door close, and then 10 minutes later, you hear my front door open.
Just this big
Hey, we're
my
fighting.
mom answers the door. Oh, hey Garrett, what's up? He'll move up. You just hear Garrett in the background with my mic. Where the fuck is he?
Over there.
Where that boy at? I just kick down the door with my fake Glock. Where he at?
And it comes out with an actual hatchet.
Well, I do have an actual hatchet.
No, he comes out with the metal spoon. Come on, man, get it right.
No, not metal, man. Plastic.
Plastic spoon.
You know the one I put into so many famous airsofters loadouts.
Yeah. That's a little too lethal, Garrett. A metal spoon on Ed. That's a little too.
Have you guys seen the video? It's called the extremely slow murder with the extraordinarily inefficient weapon, or something like that. But it's this video where basically it's this evil spirit that this guy is possessed by, and it follows him around with a metal spoon and just repeatedly hits him, and no matter what, the guy tries to light him up with an AR and stuff, no matter what, he can't kill the spirit. So basically it's just following him around, hitting him with a spoon until he dies. and there's one point of the video where the spoon breaks, because he's been hitting him with the same spoon for years, and the spoon breaks, and the guy's like, oh my gosh, you see it on his face, he's like, oh my gosh, I think it's finally over now. And then the spirit pulls open his coat. No, he pulls open his coat to show the hundreds of spoons that he's been hiding under his coat. Pulls a new one out and just repeatedly hits this guy until he passes out and dies in a desert. It's what the heck is going on right now? The guy's rolling around hitting this thing with an RPG and is not doing anything, but he gets killed with a spoon.
Dude, like, okay, so, like, imagine a Juggernaut. Like, you remember, you guys have played Modern Warfare before, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Juggernaut suit, the guy that you never really want to see on the other team or charging at you. Imagine instead of having a minigun or a M249 or, whatever they have, imagine it just runs at you with a metal spoon.
Just a spoon.
Death.
Honestly,
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
What I think is weird about the Juggernaut thing is like he's wearing a bomb suit. It's not really meant to take bullets. Like, it's like he'd get lit up if he was getting shot at.
Yeah, but I think it's made out of what, class 6 armor?
Yeah, but still, it's any sort of that. It's just like you could take only a certain amount of rounds before you're still gonna penetrate it.
Well, yeah, you eventually get penetrated and you die.
Are you saying get some fanny pack isn't bulletproof?
It only needs to be bulletproof in one particular area.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
Just a tip.
No, man. No, but I just think that it's funny. It's like they make it so invincible. But then again, it's a friggin' video game, so.
Yeah, like if you get hurt, your eyes get bloody and you breathe heavily until you get better.
Yeah. I remember there was one time. I'm just coming up with random stuff to talk about at this point. But I remember this was one time in Modern Warfare 3, and it's the map that it's like the little French town. You know what I'm talking about? I don't remember the name of it.
I know.
I know.
There's that one building in the center where it's like has like part of where the ceiling collapsed, and so it makes this like ramp up to the second floor. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So there's this kind of like back area of that room. So we, like, me and a cousin and a bunch of our friends got on that, and we all hooked ourselves up with a riot shield and like trophy systems. So we like put a bunch of trophy systems behind us and then made like just a wall, and we squatted up. So we're the entire team squatted up there, just this wall of riot shields. And so like they can't do anything to us. So they're trying to shoot us, and then it doesn't work. They try to throw a grenade behind us, and then it like trophy system takes it out. So we're just like invincible against these people. We wait till they're just like they're reloading, and then just switch to whatever our sidearm was, because you could have the like FP9s or whatever they are.
Okay, so I had a very similar tactic. So what I decided to do was I actually got a riot shield, and I've gotten pretty decent at like countering everything. But in addition to that, this is back in the early days of MW3, or I think it's MW3. But remember when the trophy system used to be able to take out the Predator missile?
I do.
Oh my gosh.
You already know what I did. I exploited that as much as I could. The thing is that it came to a point where I would just run around the map, with a riot shield on my back, and like I think akimbo FMJs or whatever.
FMG.
Yeah, FMGs, and I'm just I don't know. It's just the folding gun. And the thing is I remember like someone's like, okay, like everyone in your team is raging at this point, because we all know each other. This is a party chat, and
yeah, those seems to be overpowered too.
Yeah, this guy says, what? That's it. Hold on. I got the Predator missile. Where the F is that faggot? Okay, got him. and he gets at me, and immediately I said, enemy Predator missile up above. I just deploy the trophy system and just wait. 3 seconds, and like half a second later, all of a sudden it just says the Predator missile just been destroyed. I pick up the trophy system. I keep running, and that's how I lost a few friends that day.
I'd imagine.
Dude, speaking of akimbo. Aikido. What is it called?
Akimbo.
Aikido.
When you hold two guns,
Akimbo.
you used to be able to
Akimbo.
That's what we were talking about.
I think it's weird because so akimbo is actually talking about your elbow position. So like because you're holding it like both with the 90-degree angle at your like your waist, like your elbow is a 90-degree angle. You got to bend out at 90 degrees. You're welcome, man. I made the joke for you. Anyways, so that's the akimbo, not dual wield. Like, so dual wielding is like a thing, but then holding them arms akimbo is a thing. So
that's probably a revolver thing.
Yeah. Well, like you can hold like any gun akimbo, but akimbo does not mean two guns. So I don't understand that.
No, I mean akimbo.
That's what they call it about Call of Duty. Technically speaking, dual wielding is a more technical term, and even then, I don't think there is a technical term for it.
Yeah, there's no technical term for let me hold 2 guns.
Yeah.
Anyways, akimbo used to be more of a revolver technique. People used to weaken, like bend their elbows in a certain way and let the flow. Whereas you can't do that with a semi, because if you do that with a semi, it jams because they're recoil operated. That's probably what that akimbo is referring to.
Yeah, most likely.
All right. Just let you know, we reached the 1 hour mark. Do you guys want to keep going?
I'm gonna eat dinner soon, but we hit the minimum. Good job, boys.
Okay, so we hit the minimum.
Wow, look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us.
You guys there?
Look at us. Who would have thought?
What happened?
Look at us.
Oh yeah. Were you guys there for Modern Warfare 2 when the akimbo Winchester was like overpowered? Were you there for that, Ed? When it used to be like the campaign AA-12?
Yeah, I remember.
But it was funny because I think they slowed down the cycle rate. Like, you have to shoot it, wait for the recoil to go down, and then you flip it. But like before, you used to be able to just shoot and roll the recoil. So it was just like...
Oh, you're talking about Modern Warfare 3, you're saying?
No, 2.
Oh, shoot. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was like hilariously overpowered, and the range was like insane.
So,
wait, are you talking about... Wait, hold on, wait. Because Modern Warfare 2 was the, like, the 2, like, double barrels, right? And then Modern Warfare 3 was the one that was the lever action.
No, you had lever action too.
Yeah, there's a lever action in number 2.
yeah.
Oh, shoot. I haven't played it in forever.
Yeah.
I thought the 1887 was a Modern Warfare 3 thing. Okay,
no,
I'm crazy.
It's both thing.
Yeah. They made it like tactical or whatever.
For some reason.
Yeah, I was there. I also found out a way to counter it, and it worked like 7 out of 10 times for me.
Was it just using a riot shield or what?
No, using a UMP with a rapid fire.
Dude, that shit, they never took that away either, did
I know, they did it.
FMG with akimbo or what?
I usually just use I would just go with rapid fire and foregrip.
Yeah.
And I would just use steady aim, and I wouldn't even like I see those guys running around the corner. I'm not aiming down my sights. I'm just pointing it in general direction and just holding a right trigger.
Yeah. I think my favorite Call of Duty was World at War though.
You ever play the original Call of Duty?
A little bit, like seriously, like a couple minutes.
Oh my god, dude! It's very different because like you actually have a health bar. There's no regenerating health. Like there's health kits in the field, but that's it. But the one thing I loved about it is because you can actually carry 3 weapons. Well, technically 4, but you can carry 2 primaries, your secondary, and some form of grenade. But what made it even better is the fact that you didn't have a knife back then. So literally, if you press the melee button, you would just whack him with whatever weapon you had in your hand.
Love it.
Very
now,
similar.
the reason why I loved it so much is because in multiplayer, that transfers perfectly in multiplayer. And
wait, the original Call of Duty had multiplayer? I thought that was like that didn't come till later.
I mean that. Well, it did. The thing is, it just wasn't that well. But no, it did have multiplayer.
Was it just like a LAN thing, or was it like
actual
online
multiplayer?
Online
thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really lit. But what I used to do was I used to go around with the stick grenade that the Germans had, and if you melee with that thing, you actually use it as a club.
I remember that. Like you used to be able to just like jab him with the M1 Garand, right?
Wait, wasn't the stick grenade like a contact grenade though?
Yes, but if you don't pull the pin, it's not a contact grenade.
Oh, I was like, yo, that is the stupidest. Let me just hit somebody with the thing that blows up on impact.
Hey man, if I'm going down, you're going down with me, man.
Right.
I could just see that in a movie of just this last resort, like that's the last thing he has, and just pulls it off, pulls the pin, and just whacks the guy over there.
Okay. Anyway, if you think that's if you remember Call of Duty 2, the original Call of Duty 2, like one of the special throwable items you have in multiplayer, like you have your primary throwable, but you have your secondary your special throwable. That's when they start introducing that. Okay, so John's gone. So you would have smoke grenades or flare, but I remember there's this one class where you actually get a potato. And
wait, what?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. It's a potato, and you wouldn't think about what this potato did when you threw it. So here's the thing: if you manage to get it, so it only it'll only damage your opponent if you get a direct hit on it. And how it kills you when you get a direct hit is that it actually just makes you blow up on impact.
Estaba hablando con mis amigos, madre. Ok, watch a movie. One time later. Ok, un ratito más.
I love it. The potato.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that.
It will kill you on impact. It will force you to blow up, but you have to get a direct hit. That's the only catch.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Anyway, I think that might be good enough for the podcast.
Yeah.
John's gone. John's gone. Josh is gonna head out. I'm about to head out. I mean, all the important people are really gone. So
all the people are gone. So all of the important people are gone.
well, I mean, you're still here.
Oh. That's low, bro.
Hey, it's my podcast. I can do whatever I want. Anyway,
Is it yours? Is it yours?
It's my
Is
recording
it?
software.
Is it? Is it?
It's my laptop recording it.
It is your Discord server too. So I guess.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for listening to this podcast of a multiracial group of college kids talk about. I will see you next time, whenever that happens. Bye.